So we are we're really here, I think, to talk partly about the state of humanity at the moment, and we've had many dialogues in the past on radio, on the No Wave Show, and in other formats, thinking about why it seems to be the case that humanity has been on this self-destruct path, and particularly because we both work in this field, why it seems like mental health problems or mental illness are becoming more and more of a huge global crisis.
Yes.
And one of the statistics that frightens me the most is that by 2030, the World Health Organization have predicted that depression is going to be the biggest global burden on world health.
Sure.
And through my own work, particularly with children, children's mental health is clearly deteriorating.
Yes.
And I read a scary statistic the other day that in the last 10 years, admissions to A&E for self-harm have gone up 68%.
Yes.
So it seems that what we are witnessing, almost in an accelerated form in recent times, is a deterioration in mental health, particularly in the Western world. And so I guess that's why we're here, because we want to explore why it is that we've arrived at this place with rising prosperity, increased lifespan, better health in terms of physical health, but almost alongside that our mental health seems to be deteriorating. And so I guess
can we just define mental health as what is true and what is not? That would be my definition. You know, when we believe things that are not true, that can be considered mental health. You know, and that can lead to depression or psychosis or obsession or everything else follows from that. You know.
So I agree with you, and I think that one of the biggest problems actually that's affecting people suffering is this idea that we need to be happy all the time, and that is what mental health is, being happy all the time, and that can be really detrimental.
That's one half of it, but the other half is the idea of what it is that would make us happy, which is a bigger problem in a way, because it's fine to be happy, and that's absolutely essential, I think, for mental health, that we are happy to start with. But we've got this people in general seem to have the idea that it's things outside of themselves that make them happy, like money or power or sex or objects or something in the distance, something that's coming, isn't here now, and I think that's hugely untrue. It's just not. It just never works. Everyone has to go through that to find that out for themselves in a way, but the conclusion is always the same, that it just doesn't work.
Is it an inherent part of being a human being, even being born into a body itself? This is a question because I don't know the answer, but I have this idea of what in biology they call homeostasis, where the organism has this tendency to want to revert back to a sense of equilibrium, which is, you can describe that after having some kind of physical exertion, then you come back to an equilibrium. After eating a meal, you come back to some sort of equilibrium. So there's something built in almost that makes us believe, perhaps at a deeper biological level, that we have to reach for something outside of ourselves to bring us back to this equilibrium.
Yeah, I think that's true in a number of different ways. Actually, that basically we're not at peace with ourselves, and as long as we're not at peace with ourselves, we really can't stop. We can't stop looking for an answer to that, to a solution to that. And that's what I'm saying. We tend to look in the wrong areas, you know, in terms of money, power, sex, whatever, you know, objects. Something that will make me happy, you know. It seems reasonable on the surface, it just doesn't work. Yeah? You have to start the other way round. How do you be happy with nothing, with really just what you've got, the body, you know, your life, the fact that you can breathe. That's, you know, that to me is where you start. That's if you can be happy with that, you can be happy with anything.